it's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. Happy Sunday. Before I get started, I just want to thank you, my beautiful, lovely, wonderful subscribers, for sticking with me on this journey and just being so incredibly supportive to each other, guys. It means the world to me, and when I go through the comments, my heart is filled. So thank you guys so much. I will get to responding to comments in the last few videos I posted as well. If I haven't caught up and you guys are used to hearing from me, don't worry, you will. Anyone that's new to the channel or just hopping on board, welcome and thank you so much for joining us. My goal is often just to provide a safe space for us to talk about anything twin flame related without feeling judged or ridiculed. This is our journey, guys. We're not here to really explain in detail to people what it is that's going on so we can seek out approval. This is your journey. You guys have the right to feel and create it in whichever ways you see fit. All right. And now, speaking of this energy, I feel like many of the masculines are missing the feminine's presence because she was there as this constant reminder of him to really stand in his truth and stand in his power because, some of the conversations they would have and he would see the way that she would carry herself. I see him going through a lot of issues where he needs to draw boundaries, and it's like falling flat almost, or he's feeling that fear of let's say, maybe karmic situations. It could be close family members, friends. Maybe there's a karmic partner who's on standby while, this kind of energy is happening and he's trying to let go of these cycles. What I get is okay, let's say it's a karmic partner who they, at the end of the day, at the core, know that the masculine and the feminine have this connection. But what I get is that during the times where the masculine can't connect with the feminine, it's this old karmic partner who, you get tempted to reach out or have some kind of connection with them because, the masculines will feel lonely. And maybe some of the feminines do this as well. And there's no judgment, but what I'm getting, the energy overall is that this line to the karmic situation, it's just not working out, guys. And I feel like the universe is orchestrating it this way because it's almost boundaries need to be drawn. The karmic also needs to know that you're just there as, a false lifeline, really. And what's happening is the more this goes on, the masculine is starting to wake up and realize I need to better my self-worth, and I feel I can't be around people who don't see their self-worth as well. So i.e. the karmic. And this could be anything, guys. It doesn't necessarily have to be a partner. It could be, any type of situation that has a hold on the masculines. They're just starting to see okay, at the end of the day, this person, the situation, this circumstance really doesn't have a hold on me. I have free will to step away from it. And yeah, there's going to be challenges when you choose to stand in your power and step away from something, but that brief moment of being uncomfortable is going to help you in the long run, okay? Because you're not going to have to deal a lot with the remnants or the debris, I guess, the broken pieces of that connection anymore, okay? So the masculines are trying their best to, again, draw these boundaries, and that's why I wanted to use the Power Animal Oracle deck, because I feel there will be messages in there that might give us some insights or some clues into what it is they're going through, and it will best help the feminines to realize, a lot of the silence, a lot of the not coming forward, not dipping in and out anymore, has to do with, maturing and realizing that, wait a second, I need to do some house cleaning before I approach my feminine. So I've got the Light Seers Tarot as well, and before I dive in, thank you to the lovely Queen of Pentacles 1111 for gifting me these beautiful decks, guys. She's gifted me over 7 decks. I think there's 8 of them, and I was blown away. She's the Queen of Pentacles for a reason. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, she just got started on YouTube and delivers very insightful, straightforward, guided messages, okay? So please do check her out. She's family to me. I'll tell you guys a quick story. I've known her since I was a kid, and when we first came to Canada, her mom and my mom were friends, and she was older than I was, older than me and my brother and my sister, and she had three other sisters. And when we first came, she took me and my sister on a shopping spree to Square One Mall here in Ontario, Canada. And keep in mind, we were just coming from Trinidad, right? Like, so it was very exciting for us to have such a loving experience. And I will never ever forget that. You know, when somebody treats you good, you know, the way they make you feel, that you're not going to be able to forget that. And when I really think back to the past, it's like she's always been the Queen of Pentacles, you know, even as a young woman. So, Queen of Pentacles, if you're listening, I know that we've exchanged this story before, but you know, thank you for being that strong feminine presence in my life when we were new to the country and we didn't know our way around. And I remember she took me into Smart Set and she goes, choose anything you want. And I chose a jeans jacket and a skirt. And she didn't care, like her and her sisters, what the bill was, whatever. They just wanted to give us this experience because we were young girls, you know, coming from the islands into this North American country, and you know, they just wanted to do something special for us, and I'll never ever forget that. So guys, hit up my Queen of Pentacles because, you know, she's near and dear to my heart. And another thing too is like you guys will just vibing with her energy feel abundant as well, and you'll start noticing very interesting things happening in your life that has to do with abundance. So yeah, do check her out. So yeah, back to what the masculines are going through in this heavy energy as well. Okay, so I went through this deck last night, and there were just some powerful messages in here, and you guys know we roll with the animal totem synchronicities on here. So let's see the current energy of the masculines right now. Okay, because a lot of this heavy energy that they're feeling, especially around drawing healthy boundaries. And the thing too I get with that is like they're trying not to pull on the feminine's energy. So many of you may not even be feeling your masculines at this time. When you don't feel your masculine's energy, know he's protecting you because he doesn't want you picking up on a lot of like the heartache and struggles that he's having to go through, because he knows, feminine, you're intuitive as hell, and if you even dip into any of it, your dreams will start going crazy, letting you know what's happening. So sometimes I feel like they do this, you know, as a way of like protecting themselves. Like they'll get into distractions really heavily so that they don't have time to, like, you know, dive into the telepathic communication with you. So if a lot of you can't feel them right now, like don't panic. Don't, you know, get into this space of like, okay, it's done, like the connection is over. Like hold space and continue to be that, you know, beautiful, divine, empress, feminine energy. And yeah, man, just know like whenever that's happening, they're going through some stuff and they honestly do need like support more than anything else. All right, so let's go ahead and confirm it. Get some loving messages for them to hang in there. All right, so have confidence, my beautiful masculines. And it says to be bold and take charge. And I feel like this strongly comes up with the whole boundaries thing. What I'm getting for them to take charge of is actually walking away from these karmic situations for good and not being tempted to go back just because they feel lonely, they feel stressed out, they feel in a dark place. Masculines, I feel like it's time for you guys to face this darkness, and it's as uncomfortable as it is, as shameful, embarrassed, regretful as you might feel. The only way that you can charge forward and gain back that confidence is by facing your shadow self and taking control of your life. You might have to have like some really uncomfortable conversations with people, and you might be feeling afraid to hurt their feelings. But what I'm picking up is like these people aren't afraid to hurt your feelings. These people aren't afraid to like hone in on your energy, your time, your efforts, and really deplete you, you know? So you guys standing back, afraid to have that final conversation of letting go, you know, you're being guided and pushed by the universe and also the animal totem energies. So masculines, like if after this you happen to see the cougar popping up into your reality, just see it as a sign that the universe is helping to guide you. Many of you are ending up in a lot of like heavy conflicts with karmics, and at the back of your mind, you're like, God damn, like, why is this happening again? You know, why am I going through the same conversations and same arguments with these people? It's because you're not having that conversation to gain back your self-confidence and stand in your power. Because you're feeling like, oh, it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to have to see them tomorrow. I'm going to have to see them next week. Don't feel that awkwardness. understand that when you speak with your truth, like, end of story. People should respect that about you, and any guilt or any kind of uncomfortableness that you're feeling because of you're speaking your truth, keep in mind it's their energy trying to make you cave and apologize. Stop apologizing, masculines, especially if you know that people are crossing your boundaries, because what I'm getting is that a lot of you have karmic partners where they press your buttons and they provoke you, and then what ends up happening is you flip out, and then instead of actually dealing with what the karmic did, you end up having to apologize because of your yelling and aggressive way of dealing with stuff. Don't let people press your buttons and get you steaming to that point where nothing gets resolved, right? It's like all of a sudden you're the bad guy for trying to draw boundaries, but because you're not being stealthy, like seeing things happen before they actually happen, like use your intuition, use your feminine's energy and her gifts of intuition and feel people out so that you can see things coming before it even happens. Therefore, you don't need to even blow your top. You're just going to look that karmic situation, person, circumstance straight in the face and say, listen, this is what's up. This is how I feel. Goodbye. And you won't have to go apologizing for anything after that, right? Like, they thrive off of you, getting yourself into that place of like, back off. But once you reach that point, it's hard, right? Like, it's hard to kind of like sit back and like walk away from that, because you might say things or you might do things that you feel regretful after. Try to calm that anger. Try to ask yourself where that anger is coming from. If you're in a situation with someone and you feel like they constantly bring up this side of you that's very aggressive, it's not you, it's them. All right, so that's going to take you making some moves here, all right? And this might go for divine feminine or masculines, all right? Take it, guys, as it comes. Take the messages as it comes, because, again, this is all energy, and it might just be you two switching energy at this point to just help guide each other in your current situations. So let's see what else is coming back. The Cougar wants you to just be more confident and take charge. And let's see what other animals want to support you. All right, so we got the monkey. So this is ingenuity, all right? So the situation calls for adaptability and innovation. And this is what I was talking about when I was talking about using your intuition a little bit and seeing things happen before they happen, and become adaptable. Like, feel out people's energy and emotions. Don't let them play games with you. Pick up right away what's happening in conversation and know where to take things, right? And become very innovative with the way you speak and call people out on stuff. If you feel like a conversation is leading down a path that feels very, very familiar, call it out. Call it out right there and then. So let me give you guys a good example. So let's say you're in a situation at work, all right? You have a colleague at work where you know that they tend to, try to sabotage your work in some way, or, whatever it is you try to do, like they always try to stir up some gossip, or they try to distract you away from your work, and you get heated with this person. Recognize their tactics before it happens, and then what you can do is be very innovative and playful like the monkey, and recognize when people are being ingenuine. Again, this is going to take a level of calmness and tuning into that intuitive side of yourself, and use that anger and use that breathing technique that I mentioned as well. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 7 seconds, and slowly exhale for 8. And don't get heated in the moment. Play the games that people want to play and then beat them at it, okay? So with this colleague now at work, what you can do is you can actually smile and approach them. And when they come with, ideas or gossip or anything like that, you can actually say, oh, really? Well, that sounds interesting. Hey, I'm going to talk to you later, okay? I really have something I need to do. And then just blank them out, so that way you're not getting into any kind of like heated argument with them. It's just more of like, you know what, at the end of the day, I see you for who you are, and I just don't have time for it. And then what that does is it kind of lets them know like you've got your third eye on them a little bit, all right? And they're also going to know that the side of you seems a little ingenuine, but again, with that monkey totem protecting you, it's going to come off as very playful on your side. And this is going to go for not only work situations, but let's say, again, with the karmic partner pressing your buttons about, you know, taking out the trash, the groceries, like trying to distract you away from doing the things that you enjoy by putting other tasks in your way. Like, oh, you haven't done this yet. Or the minute they see you sit down to relax, they want to, you know, distract you with this to do. You know, stand your ground. Okay, I see that you really want me to do that, but right now I'm sitting down and I'm relaxing, enjoying 10 minutes, 20 minutes of the game. I'll do it in a second, rather than getting into that argument of, why are you always nagging me to do this and blah, 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 blah. Again, don't let that anger overtake you, because you're going to end up the bad guy. Be calm, cool, and draw your lines, all right? Hear people out and explain to them what you're doing, and that you'll get to it after, okay? You're going to beat them at their own game kind of thing, all right? And we have the otter asking you to surrender. Guys, I love otters. They're just so cute. They look like little cats with their little whiskers. But it says let go of control, okay? And this is going to be the need to control the situation, all right? So, you know, masculines, I'm getting anger a lot for you guys, all right? And people catch you guys with this anger all the time, and they try to use it against you and manipulate you for it. Don't let your anger get the best of you. Continue to practice getting enough sleep, eating well, and surrounding yourself with things that make you feel calm. Like, now is going to be a time of drawing boundaries. Like, you see how we're approaching December? We only have the month of December now to really pull up our socks, because once we hit 2021, you're going to want it to be smooth sailing of enjoying the month of December, when you just clear out a lot of stuff, right? You clear it out, you don't have to deal with it again. So starting January 1st, for the first time in your life, you're actually going to be able to sit down and set goals for yourself, set resolutions for yourself. Maybe before you never thought about it because you were involved in karmic situations where people didn't really take that stuff seriously, right? Like, there was no belief in wanting something better or greater for yourself. But you've spent enough time this year with your feminine, exchanging very orchestrated conversations with her, to now learn and understand it is time. It is your time. It is your time to feel fulfilled. It is your time to start making moves, all while taking back control of the more gentle approach to life that you so deserve. Okay, masculines? So let's go ahead now and get some guidance here about 2021 for you. Just things to look forward to, okay? And this is the Light Seers Tarot deck. Okay? So what are some positive, beautiful messages for our masculines? Guys, this is my favorite deck, aside from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. But the images on these cards, like, holy hell, they're beautiful. Come on. What does our masculines need to know? And what's their feminines thinking too? Like, what's she up to? What's she doing? Four of Wands, creating stability in her life. That's what she's doing. She's feeling good too, you know? And that's why I think that you're being pushed into this, like, calm state, because she's holding space for you. Like, you might see her out celebrating, and it seems like she's just having a good time creating. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, don't feel left out. She's really earned this celebration, masculines, because the same stuff you guys went through in your karmic situations, she had to go through them as well. But the universe, you know, provided her with certain things to help her through those lessons about drawing boundaries and just getting rid of things in her life. That's why a lot of you masculines might catch your feminines, like, isolated. Like, she doesn't have a lot of, like, friends unless they're extremely close. She doesn't have a lot going on social media and stuff, because she's honing in on her own space and her own time, her energy. She feels that energy of, like, being watched too. So she's celebrating and having a good time, but, like, in her own little tent or hut. She's feeling really passionate with all that fire there around her. Like, look at the little celebration banner too. It's like, I have earned this beautiful safe haven of mine, and I did it all by myself. Okay? And you know, the Wands energy itself talks about, like, the spirit of who it is we are at the core. And I feel like the energy of the Four, you know, again, like, it represents that calm, strategic, calculated moves that we need to make in order to push ourselves into that stable energy. Oh, here comes my little bubby, guys. 1 second, okay? I was curious, too, to see what this card was. Oh, the Nine of Cups. No, it's okay, my dear masculines. The feminines are certainly, you know, feeling you and understanding a lot of what you're going through. Okay, guys, let me check on my little Bubba. I'll be right back. Hey guys, so sorry about that. He came upstairs for his craft bin. He was downstairs romping around in the basement. We have like a single mattress down there, so my husband took the box spring and put it against the wall, and then took the mattress and put it like up against the wall with the box spring, so it's like a huge slide. And so he's all like tired now and out of breath. So he comes upstairs. I would like my craft bin, which, by the way, guys, if you have toddlers at home or even pre-K, having like a bin, like a small bin, you can get it at like your local dollar store. Fill it up with lots of stuff that will keep your toddler busy for like at least half an hour. And you can include stuff like construction paper, googly eyes, glue sticks, crayons, and little scissors. Now they have these cute little scissors with a little bit of a latch attached, so it can help your toddlers to get into the motion of cutting. But yeah, it's great. Like when you pull it out, you have all kinds of stuff in there that they can literally just spend lots of time doing. Like, I'll show you guys one thing that he did. So he did this. He did a bit of painting, and then these are foam stickers, so you guys can get them at the dollar store. And what it helps with, like, their, you know, little pincer grasp and stuff, they have to peel off the sticker at the back and then stick the foam stickers on. So that alone kept him busy for like a good 10 minutes straight trying to just get the paper off. But he was so eager to do it, right? But yeah. So yeah, let's get back to the cards here. All right. So yeah, as we were saying, you know, with the Four of Wands energy, you know, using this example that your feminine has laid out for you, because, you know, he watches you feminine, like, you know, and some of the times, like, they're so quiet because they're in amazement at the fact that you have literally like transformed your life within a year, all because you wanted to, like, all because you said you could, you know. And you've had these conversations with him, like, you know, maybe you guys have shared a little bit about what it is you're doing on the side, like how to be creative. Like, I feel for many of you, whether it was the wave of you that it happened to this year, or for those of you who it will be happening to next year, the minute you guys like get into the otter energy of surrender, like surrendering to your connection, accept the love that you feel. And when you accept the love that you feel, it's like a weight lifted off your shoulders, right? It's like there's no more, okay, I need to watch, you know, a billion readings to confirm if this is my twin flame. It's like no one can confirm it except you. And the masculines have spent this year doing this, just like the feminines, you know, had spent the previous year doing it. Once you get into that place of surrender and you're ready to work with this twin flame energy, the ascension path, it's like, bam, the universe will transform your life within a year. And you're like, holy crap. You know, so I feel like the feminines did that like last year, or the wave it's about to happen to, or if this energy is like resonating with you guys. And what it'll feel like is you feel really like impatient, like something big is going to happen. Like many of you feel like anxious in your stomach. You're getting feelings of like wanting to quit your jobs. You're getting really like antsy about having to answer to your bosses. Maybe a lot of you divine feminines out there are feeling this, like, I just seem to bump heads with my bosses everywhere I go. It's the universe pushing you into that entrepreneurial spirit. It's letting you know that like you're a leader, and so trying to be led by someone else is, you know, you might bump heads. So, you know, masculines or feminines, like, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Like this feeling within you to want to just burst open, and you know that you have a purpose here. This twin flame stuff is going to tap on that part of you, okay? That's why many of you are not only experiencing this love, but it's like so much of your life feels like it's falling apart. Guys, it's falling apart so it can rebuild itself in the most beautiful way you guys have ever seen. And many of you will be celebrating, but you have to hold the space. Be positive with your life and with your thoughts. And I'm not saying like be happy-go-lucky for every single thing, but if something bad happens to you, don't worry about the worst of it, you know, understand and say to that life lesson, all right, you hit me in the face, all right, well, I just put a Band-Aid on, bruh, and I'm ready to go again, all right? So that's what you guys have to do. Get back up, dust your shoulders off, get back in the ring, all right? It's just this momentum I'm feeling of, you know, having to stand your ground when it comes to everything that you're going through, and don't let life mess with you guys, is what I get. All right. So let's get into the Nine of Cups here, because I don't know, I feel like this is a message for the masculines from the feminine. It's like you're almost there. Look how many cups that you have filled. Now, the cups energy is all about our, emotions, how we feel things. Like many of you might go, I don't know. It's just that I feel it in my heart. That's those of you who tend to say that, right? It's that side of you that just knows without a doubt, like you could feel it in your heart and soul kind of thing, right? So he's feeling this connection here, and the last cup is just him, taking that step, like just letting go and surrendering and realizing that you already have everything you need right now. Don't wait for the finances to get in check. Don't wait for your life to be perfect to start that creative endeavor, right? I think it's Sean Cannell from Think Media that often says on YouTube, you have to start before you're ready, right? You have to start before you're ready. So those of you who are working on creative endeavors right now, like something else that will help fill your emotional world and like fill you up aside from the romantic love of this twin flame connection is, moving forward and going with what it is you feel in your heart is the right thing to do. And the masculines are here just, they feel really, really rich in love with the feminine's presence and energy, because right now they're learning so much, again, about drawing boundaries, realizing it's not the end of the world to say no. Taking care of yourself first means that you have more to give to other people. All right, so he's gaining back all of his cups, right? And, I feel like with the energy of the 9 is all about attainment. Like it's going on quests in life. It's feeling very abundant and not needing finances or the pentacles to feel that, right? It's like, it's like so much is coming to me with this card. It's like, maybe some of you need the reminder that you're enough. Like maybe some of you tend to compare yourself to others and what they have. We have to pull ourselves out of that energy and realize that there's no one like you guys. Like each and every one of you are individual. And it reminds me of Queen of Pentacles 1111. Her last reading actually talked about what are your superpowers. So I will drop that video for you guys in the description box. Check that out, okay? Because I feel like it goes hand in hand with feeling this attainment energy, okay? Feeling comfort, feeling worthy, feeling secure in yourself. And after that, when you guys feel this within yourself, you'll see earning money, earning pentacles, like it's going to come so easy to you guys, because you will start feeling like bold and brave. It doesn't matter what you have in your wardrobe. It doesn't matter what you have in your closet. Like the world is changing, guys. All you need is right now sometimes your laptop, right, to earn money. But you have to feel confident in yourself. You have to feel, all of these energies here of the animal totems around you, within your heart, within your soul, before you can even step out there. Because the richness within you creates the richness around you. Richness in thoughts. Talk to yourselves really positively. I feel like this is for the masculines too. Whatever kind of situations you're in with work, like if you're working 2-3 jobs right now and it feels like you can't catch a break, get into the energy of knowing like, hey, I am vital. I have the energy to do this. And if I don't like this circumstance, I can change it. But we can't change it without first inviting in the thoughts about what it is we want. Sometimes we can't even think about what it is we want for the good because we don't even feel like we deserve it, or we don't even think that it's possible for us to attract it. You have to at least invite the thoughts in about your desires. Dare to think about it. And if you find that you can't even dare to think or dream about something bigger, well then work on that. Why not? It doesn't matter about your past, for me, I never imagined myself to be where I am today as a little girl living in Trinidad, but I'm here. And another one for you guys to check out is David Goggins. I also post his video in every single one of my readings in the description box. Like if you guys need some real talk about motivation and to learn where people came from and realizing that our circumstances mean nothing when it comes to success. If you guys want success, believe me, you will start taking action left, right, and center and know that even when you fail, you're going to get right back up and keep trying. Sometimes we might try a project and fail once and say, okay, it's not for me. But what about trying it and saying, all right, this way didn't work and I failed at it. Let me get back to the drawing board and try it again. That is that confidence that you guys want, right? That confidence within yourself to accept mistakes and not be afraid to make them, right? Making mistakes, guys, it's so enriching. It teaches you so much, especially when you're just not afraid of them, okay? So let me just get one more card out of this deck. Okay, it looks like there's 3 more. Okay, oh, is it the 4 of Cups? We have the 4 of Wands and now the 4 of Cups here, okay? And I feel like the 4 of Cups is, the reason there's this like womp womp on her face is because, sometimes too much stability can cause us to feel a little bit stagnant. And what I feel from this is someone anticipating changes when it comes to their emotions. And I feel like it's this heavy energy that I was talking about in the last reading. It's like, there's a lot going on with our counterparts, guys, and we're picking up on it and we're feeling it at times. Sometimes we feel completely blocked from them. Know that with changes, it's that phoenix energy, right? Like changes come so that we can, again, make mistakes and grow from them. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, even in love. And this might also be like the masculine, again, like yesterday's reading, picking up on stuff that the feminine may be going through. And then it's like, trying to send her hints that he's around and then it falls flat. Like he can't pick up on her intuition and stuff. And same vice versa with the feminine. You're trying to reach out and be there for him, but you can't feel his energy. Just note that when that happens, something's going on in each other's lives where the universe is like, they could do it by themselves. They've got it. We don't need you to intervene. Don't worry. They've got it. And it's a good time to just pull back and have faith in the connection. So the Judgment card, I think this also came out in the last reading, And for me, the Judgment card often means like, the time is here. And that's what I was talking about, the month of December really being a time to just draw boundaries. That's what I feel like the time is here with that Judgment card, because new awareness, guys, new awareness that has emerged. Like 2019 passed by and there was a lot of discoveries made on the masculine side in terms of the spiritual connection with the feminine. They tried so hard all of 2019 to block this out. They started off with the whole, the rise in their kundalini, right? So many of them came at you guys real sexual, and it stirred up, I guess like, trauma triggering within the feminine, like, oh, that's all you want, sex is all you want. But, then it started hitting them, right? They were like this big ogre and the layers started to peel off and they started to feel even more like the armor was like breaking down around them. And so the more you guys connected, I think the both of you realized, damn, this is definitely not just about the sex, right? It's not just about the chemistry. It's not just about the magnetization. And those of you who are new on the journey and you're experiencing that sexual pull and you might be asking yourself, is this all it is? Well, for many of us who, have gone through certain cycles of the journey, no, like Judgment Day is here for many of us since we are in, practically December now. It's almost like that last little race around the track. And, it's not to say that we need to rush. It's just more about finishing the race. You know what I mean? Remember the rabbit and the Franklin synchronicity that I got? Just enjoy the path and just understand, divine masculines. Like, it might feel a little bit stressful right now, and I know that your backs are up against the wall and you're going crazy, but hopefully some of you can hear this reading and understand that just be lighthearted like the monkey and be very playful and look this heavy energy in the face and see it for what it is. Okay, it's approaching. I feel, like I'm heading towards that dark place. Don't close your eyes and create more darkness. Open up your eyes and learn to be comfortable in the darkness, okay? And that's all it is. That's all it is. As soon as that darkness hits you, listen to your thoughts. Revisit those places and move forward, okay? Move forward. Keep going. Keep going with your endeavors. The last one we have is the Hanged Man. Whoa. And that's okay. That's okay, because I feel like the Hanged Man position is a beautiful place to be in right now, because, you know, taking this necessary time out and understanding that, you know, this twist in the plot, right? It wasn't actually just a thing. You two are actually connected. You might need some time out to think about this. Hence, you know, there might be times where you guys literally aren't feeling each other. Now is time to start shedding away the things that are preventing you guys from spending time and connecting, because what I get for both of you is, you know, okay, you know what? I'm not going to let anything stand in the way of me spending time with this person, because what I realize is not only am I sexually attracted to them, they make me happy, they're helping me to grow. Like, they're helping me face all of the dark stuff in my life that I've never been able to share with anybody. And for some reason, this person seems to know a lot about what I'm going through before I even often tell them, you know, and that's what's going to, like, boom, you know, twin flame connection at its core. You know, I would certainly never want to let go of a person like that, just like I'm sure many of you on this journey who are experiencing this phase of the path, you know, you're starting to awaken and realize, like, wow, acceptance, this twin flame journey has actually not been some dreaded curse. It's been a gift, and all I had to do was accept and surrender to what was happening to me and learn to take accountability for my own feelings and emotions in order to have this unfold. You know, the more you take accountability for your own emotions and how you feel and not like pin it down on your person, they actually like turn to themselves and do the same thing. Like, okay, I know that I'm going through some heavy stuff right now, and it's not me. You know, I mean, it's not my counterpart, it's me. Like, I have to look at myself here and how I'm reacting, you know? So a lot of deep stuff is happening, guys. Like, a lot of deep felt emotions. The masculines are going to places within their cups energy that they've never felt before. They've never gone to these places before. And I just think that December will be a beautiful month. You know, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Sorry if that was annoying, guys. Okay, let me just get like a couple messages from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, because I just want to know what's going on in their private thoughts about each other when it comes to that romantic connection. So we have Swords and Pentacles energy. So let's go ahead with the Swords card first here, because, you know, of course they're thinking about each other in this romantic way. And when I say thinking about each other, it's like, you know, yeah, heavy in the thoughts about each other at times. And at the same time, maybe even trying to like be secretive about it. Like, what I get is the masculines thinking about the feminines, and then with them realizing the telepathic connection now, they're almost like, oh my god, did she feel that? Could she hear that? So, you know, embrace it, guys, because again, the 9 is all about this quest in life. And I feel like, you know, with the suggestions of this card, it's about that acceptance of what it is we feel for one another, you know, maybe even feeling safe enough to go to this place and be this vulnerable with each other. And I love that the black cat is here, because for me, like, it just seals the deal in terms of the animal synchronicities that are trying to help you along the path and the connection. I'm going to show you guys the cards again for the animal syncs here, because if it starts showing up in your physical reality, then it's, you know, it's a good indication to take the guidance, or maybe even look further into these totems here, okay? So we got the cougar, the monkey, and the otter. Maybe this might already be significant to many of you tuning in here. But, guys, surrender, like, to this beautiful connection and let go of control. Like, let go of control with the otter, surrender. They are letting go of control in this situation here. You know, I'm going to put my sword up on the wall because I won't need it. It could stay there as decorations. And I'm just going to enjoy the beautiful gifts of this connection, because at the end of the day, it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel on top of the world. Like, what I get to is like the masculines are seeing that it's like the very presence of the feminine makes them feel so on fire in their physical world, you know? It's almost like they're really starting to make some serious moves in their 3D life, and they're feeling her as this sword behind them, or like, you know, I don't know, like in their pouch, like, you know, that thing men put around their waist, like in the medieval times, and they'd stick their swords into it. Well, the feminine is that sword. So when they are ready to battle, like her feistiness is like all wrapped up in that sword. There's even a snake on it too. You know? And for me, I see the snake too as very like fertile energy as well. But yeah, like surrender and enjoy the presence of each other. And the masculines too are starting to move out of the energy of feeling like this connection is wrong. So many of you might be like connected and you're already married, or you might be of like different cultures, or like whatever obstacle you feel, you know, inside has been really stopping you from connecting. Like many of you are starting to realize like, hey, it's okay. It's okay, like this is happening for a reason. And many of the masculines and feminines who have been attracted to each other, you might have caught yourself saying like, wow, like this is so not my type. But at the end of the day, when you really dig deep, they've always been your type, guys. So we have the Seven of Pentacles here. And the Seven of Pentacles will end off this reading here. Now, okay, so let's talk about the Pentacles energy. So our physical world. And I was talking about him feeling on fire, you know, in his physical world, all of this passion that he feels for her, you know, but at the same time, like, you know, if you look at them, there's still that level of, you know, just a little tiny bit of like maybe guilt, you know, but the seven energy is getting more experience here, okay? Getting more experience in the physical world and realizing that, you know what, despite this passion, despite the attraction that we feel for each other, like, there's no stopping it. Like, they're sitting on this big red couch and they're tired, guys. Like, they're tired of fighting it, is what I get from this card, okay? They're finding solutions on how to be together, okay? Like, how do we do this and how do we do it now? Okay, do you guys know that song, I'm too experienced to be taken on a stroll, I'm too experienced for someone to rock and roll? I feel like the masculines are there, and this goes back, way back to the beginning of the reading, where, you know, they're done with karmic situations that are pressing their buttons and stuff because they're gaining spiritual experience from the feminines, okay? And this is the two connecting, but at the same time, like after a really exhausting cycle of having to fight off the darkness, face the darkness, keep their eyes open in the darkness, you know? Sometimes it's harder to see in the dark, we might strain our eyes. But just relax, guys, relax, breathe, and open up your energy to, again, acceptance and realizing that, you know, no matter what you feel, no matter how people might try to make it seem like it's wrong or make it seem like it's unorthodox, you know, surrender to each other. Like this whole expression on their face is finally just surrendering to what is. Even right down to like the red string on her hand, you know, the one that's connecting the both of them. It's like they're not willing to just break that string during their romantic connection. Why? Because they know at the end of the day it'll just seal itself back up to each other, right? Like it has time and time and time and time again. All right, guys, this reading was really long. Like, I think it's probably the longest one I've done. But I think that's a good thing because it makes me feel like I'm just getting more attuned to receiving even more messages to just, you know, help the collective, specifically the masculines, to like, you know, creating like that safe space for them to go to. That I appreciate all of you being so supportive in the comments, because I feel like that's why a lot of them are joining the channel. Like I can see it through my analytics, and they're stepping in the comments too, because they're like, okay, wow, like this is actually a safe place to talk about how I feel. And yeah, I just want to say, yes, it is. I watch the comment section very, very closely on my channel, masculines. So, you know, don't be afraid to like talk about what you guys are going through, because it's not only me on the channel here to support you guys. Like there's so many of you guys on here in this community, and you'll see in the comment section how, you know, divine feminines are here. Like they're in this mode to just like, you know, be of assistance lovingly in any way that they can, but they've learned lessons of overgiving, okay? So join the community masculines and don't be afraid to dive in, because there's lots of people here waiting to support you guys. And again, this community is judgment free, and I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with me. And again, if you're new or you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to do so, okay? I love you guys so much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.